Good evening, teachers. It's a pleasure to have you all here for our fifth ETiP summer webinar. We are so happy to see so many educators joining us today. Thank you, dear English teachers in Peru and teachers around the world. And today we have an amazing presentation. The topic of this presentation is developing intelligent writing. But before that, don't forget to join us on our network. And please, you have to consider some instructions in order to participate in today's webinar. First, please type your questions in the comment section. The answer to your questions and comments will be replied by our guest speaker at the end of the webinar in the question time section. And an important information, teachers, before finishing the webinar, we will share a link to the exit ticket available for 15 minutes. In it, you will register your attendance, complete your details, including your email, and answer questions about this session. To receive the presentation materials, you must answer more than half of the questions correctly. And now it's time to know our guest speaker. So, dear Angelita Salazar, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
As Marie said, I'm going to present our dear speaker, and he is Mr. Juan Valenzuela. He is a university professor, teacher, trainer, and academic consultant, holds a diploma as an official Cambridge presenter from the University of Cambridge. He is currently the academic director at Abilities in Education, holds a degree in education and foreign languages from the University of San Marcos, a diploma in successful teaching practices for teaching English by the British Council CPD program, and Cambridge Advanced Certificate of Competence in English. He has worked as a teacher of English in different schools in Peru with groups of different ages and levels, and has been a coordinator and an advisor of different international programs in various prestigious institutions in the educational sector. He has also been involved in the world of international exams and delivered preparation courses for IELTS, TOEFL, and Cambridge YLE, Mansud, and TKT since 2008. Regarding teacher training, Mr. Juan Valenzuela has been sharing his expertise through professional development workshops on teaching EFL effectively inside and outside Peru, country for the past 15 years. Hello, Juan. It's a pleasure to have you here tonight. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, I can. Hello,
Hi, Juan.
Angela. Thanks for your kind introduction.
Thank you. Now the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you so much. So, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you all here with me tonight. I'm Mr. Juan Valenzuela. I'm an English teacher, the same as you. I've been teaching English for quite a long time, more than 20 years. And I feel very pleased to be here tonight to share some pedagogical knowledge, teaching strategies and techniques that can help us improve the work we do every day in the classrooms. Today we are going to talk about one of the skills that is usually forgotten, which is the productive skill of writing. Um, Before we start, I want you all to tell me where you are connecting from. I want you to make this webinar interactive, to make sure you all are following me. So I want you all to type in the chat where you are connecting from, all right? So that we know each other. I'm from Callao. I was born in Callao, and I lived in Callao until I was 11 or 12 years old. Then I moved to Lima. And then when I was 30, I moved to the north of Peru, to Chiclayo. I'm living in Chiclayo right now. You don't know how hot it is. It is so hot. It is a very hot summer. But I like Chiclayo very much. So we have people from Venezuela, Argentina. I can see Puente Piedra in Lima, Surco, Ecuador, Trujillo, right? Quito, Chincha. That's great. That's fantastic. Welcome, everyone. I'm sure we will have quite a memorable experience tonight. Well, remember, I want you to interact with me all the time. I'll be very attentive to your comments in the chat, to all your movements, so that we all can get the best from this event. All right, I think we are ready to start. Uh, if you've been to one of my webinars before, you you should know that I always start my presentations with my guitar, with music. Um, I have my guitar here, all right? All right, I want you to let me know that you can hear my guitar so that we can start. I've chosen a song that was very, very popular some time ago. I guess uh, 15 to 20 years ago. And I'm sure it's very beautiful. And I'm sure you've heard it before, right? The name of the song is I'm Yours. So I want you all to sing along with me at home. So if you are in your bedroom or your living room, uh, laying on your bed or your sofa, I think this is quite an opportunity to relax, to sing, um, to have a good time. All right. So here's the song. I'm going to help myself with the song track, right? And I want you all to sing with me. All right, here we go. Well, you done me, and you bet I felt it. I tried to be chill, but you are so cold that I melted. I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool down run out, I'll be giving it my bestest, and nothing's going to stop me by divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some more, learn some, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. This is our fate. I'm yours. Yeah. All right, come on, everybody sing it. Open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and then you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 love. Listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. We're just one big family. And it's our God-forsaken right to be in love, 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 love. So I won't Saturday, oh, for no more is that way. I'm sure there's no need to go again. Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. right, come on, singing everyone. I'm spending way too long, checking in my mirror, bending over backwards just to try to see clearer, but my brain fogged the glass. I'm so at you and your face and it laugh. I guess what it is saying is there ain't no better reason to rate yourself a vanities and just go with the season. It's what we aim to. Our name is our virtue, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and then you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find heart is yours. Please don't, please don't, please. No need to complicate. This is at your voice. All right. All right. Good, 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 good. You know, music has a very powerful effect. It can make a great impact in students. And it's not about the music only, you know, it's about our attitude as teachers, right? Um, if so, so I would say in general, in life, if, if we exploit, if we exploit our potential, right? If we use our abilities and put our abilities into service, I am sure we can improve the work we do. As teachers, as humans, as I said before, in general, in any profession we have, right? Um, well, it's great to have you all here. Um, I'm going to start right away with the presentation, which is on writing. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen right now. And I want you all to follow me in the chat. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Do you use music in your teaching? Do you use music in your classes? Do you feel music can make an impact, a positive impact on your students? Okay. Okay, the idea today is to help all attendees with strategies and techniques for developing writing in our students. I want you all to become more confident, responsible, reflective, innovative, and engaged when developing writing. Okay, it's good to know that you enjoy using music and that you are using music in your classes. I know this is very, very powerful, as I said before. Also very motivating, not only for students, but for us as teachers, right? Okay. Um, we are going to focus on two things today. First, we are going to talk about artificial intelligence, and we are going to connect this with writing skills and soft skills development. I will share with you some writing strategies and resources, concrete ideas for learners of all ages. Okay, so here's my first question. I want you to type here in the YouTube chat or to tell me what you know about artificial intelligence. What do you know? How much do you know about artificial intelligence? Can you please type here in the YouTube chat? Can you please comment what you know about artificial intelligence in the chat? I want you all to say something. If you know nothing, if you don't know much, tell me in the chat. Sorry, I don't know. Sorry, this is new for me. I want you to tell me in the chat what you know about artificial intelligence. Please. Okay. All right. Thank you. Eliberto, it's a new tool that can help us in many fields. All right, Brenda. What do you know? Brenda Franco, you know a little bit about artificial intelligence. I want you to tell me what you know. Yeah, Marcela, it's a fabulous new tool. All right. Okay. All right, Karen. Karen, you say that it could be a great ally, yes, but we need to use it effectively. Yes. I like what you've commented. Okay. Yeah, it's part of technology, informatic, imperatives. Thank you all for sharing your comments. Now my second question is, do you feel you are more of a passive or an active consumer of artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence has been present uh, for quite a long time. It's not really new. Actually, you know, technology works with algorithms. When we watch TikToks, when we watch Instagram Reels or Facebook Reels, there is a lot of artificial intelligence. Have you noticed that when you watch a type of video, then the same types of videos start to appear on your phone? Because technology works with algorithms. So this is artificial intelligence. So my question is, do you feel you are more of a passive consumer or you are an active consumer of artificial intelligence? You are using artificial intelligence for finding out information, for example, for learning new things. Heber, for example, is using ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini. Great, yeah, I'm sure this is from great help. Maria Emilia, you feel you are more an active consumer. Okay, you are right, Rosa. Rosa Caro, we all have artificial intelligence in our phones today, right? WhatsApp works with artificial intelligence. In a few minutes, we are going to talk about predictive writing, right? Which is something we all can access in our phones today. Okay, Rosa Neira, you feel you are more of a passive consumer. Thanks for sharing. Okay, and my last question is, do you think artificial intelligence is making humans more intelligent or less intelligent? This could be quite controversial, right? For 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 people in general, not only for teaching or for English language teaching, but some people would say that ChatGPT or AI is making people more lazy. Do you think, what do you think? Do you think AI, artificial intelligence, is making humans more intelligent or less intelligent? What's your thought? What do you think of it? It's interesting, right? Because it could be either both, depending on the way you see it. So, do you think this new technology is making humans more passive, more intelligent, less intelligent, more active? Uh, I agree uh, in saying that machines don't have feelings, and that's quite a disadvantage, right, of technology. Harriet, you say, Harriet Rojas, it depends on the way we use AI. Yes, I think you're right. All right. Okay, Gabi Garibay, you think AI can make people or is making people more intelligent, more analytical? Erika, you say it is making people less intelligent. I said this could be quite controversial. And today we are going to share some thoughts on AI. But of course, we are going to share as well mm, a lot of the conventional methods we have in ELT that have been helping us for quite a long time uh, when developing writing skills in students, right? Because as you said, machines will never replace humans, and the human brain will never be replaced by a computer or a mobile phone, right? Okay, thank you very much. I see you all are interacting a lot with me, and that's fantastic because that is helping me uh, keep the focus on what we are sharing today. All right, I said at the beginning of the presentation that writing is one of the four skills that is usually forgotten. It is put apart in one of the corners, right? It is often underexploited, right? The focus, I would say, is more on reading, listening, speaking, right? But writing is usually put in the last position or the last place. And something that is sad as well, and we need to mention, is that when we do writing in our classes, we teachers tend to focus on accuracy, on the grammar, on being correct when expressing the ideas, and students are to produce sentences rather than complete a text. We don't focus much on uh, the way we communicate or the content of the writing, but we tend to focus on accuracy, which is not uh, completely bad, but there should be a balance. So writing often lacks a real communication purpose and can seem to students like a mechanical exercise if we approach it this way. Students need to be able to write accurately, so they need to manage grammar, vocabulary properly in English, and many exams focus on this. Cambridge, TOEFL, IELTS, Pearson exams. But students also need to extend and develop their writing skills, right? As you are saying, uh, coherence is also important. It's not only about cohesion or connecting ideas logically, but you need to keep the focus. You need to be good at the discourse management, at expressing the ideas. And this is something we will talk about today. Now, artificial intelligence is present in writing today. Artificial intelligence used in writing is related mainly to vocabulary learning and grammar, right? For example, as you can see here, access to neural machine translation programs resulted in learners' vocabulary improvement, especially when specialized or unambiguous expressions were involved. Another common use of artificial intelligence in writing is the use of grammar checkers. For example, when learners use the artificial intelligence power tool Grammarly, which I am sure many of you know, they made fewer grammatical errors and wrote with more lexical variation than learners who didn't. I am sure you all know about text prediction, predictive text. When you are typing something on your phone, uh, have you noticed that um, before you finish your ideas, the chat is suggesting you words to complete what you are typing? So predictive text technology is widely used across various platforms and industries, providing valuable benefits in both personal settings and professional settings. And here are some common applications. In phones, as I just mentioned, smartphone keyboards, when we are typing something in WhatsApp, the prediction counts, right? Does this happen to you? When you are writing an email, have you noticed when you are typing emails in Gmail, before you finish your idea, Gmail is suggesting you words, endings. Also in chatbots, when you buy something, someone is communicating with you, customer service, when you are typing a document, maybe Google Documents. Also, this is present in social media platforms. When you are looking for something in TikTok, it starts to predict your search, and also virtual assistants such as Alexa, Siri, right? Okay, I would say this is quite good. This is quite beneficial because it can help us to express ideas. It can help us to communicate ideas with the right words more properly, and also in a faster way. The popularity of predictive text technology is no accident. It offers several benefits that enhance productivity, communication, and user experience. Here are some of the benefits or primary advantages. Right? Number one, as I mentioned before, writing becomes a faster process. So number one is increased typing speed, because by providing real-time word and phrase suggestions, predictive text allows users to type faster and complete sentences with fewer keystrokes. This is particularly useful in mobile phones, where typing can be slower and more error-prone. Another benefit is that we can improve accuracy, since predictive text reduces the likelihood, the possibility of spelling and grammatical errors, making written communication clearer and more professional. Also, autocorrection features can catch and correct mistakes instantly, improving our accuracy when writing. Then enhance accessibility, since predictive text benefits individuals with disabilities, making typing easier for those with limited mobility. And it also assists people with dyslexia and other learning disabilities by providing accurate suggestions and corrections, right? Have you witnessed some of these benefits when writing in your phone, when you write an email? Has these things happened to you? Do you feel this is really helping? This is being really beneficial? Also, another benefit is that it can personalize your experience as a user. Since predictive text algorithms learn from users' unique typing patterns, adapting to individual language preferences and frequently used phrases. And this personalization enhances user experience by providing suggestions that align with users' writing styles. Also, it can reduce your cognitive load since predictive text minimizes the effort required to type long sentences, reducing the mental load on users. So you can shorten your sentences and express your idea in a short way. This is especially valuable in professional settings where quick, accurate responses are essential. All right. As well as benefits, predictive writing has its challenges and limitations. For example, privacy concerns, because predictive text algorithms often rely on user data, raising concerns about privacy and data security. Users may feel uncomfortable knowing that their typing patterns and frequently used phrases are analyzed and stored. We also have context limitations because, as we have mentioned today, machines are not like humans, so they are programmed to um, share information that has been processed inside a device. And although there is a lot of information, it has its limitations. Basic predictive text models may struggle to understand context accurately, leading to irrelevant or incorrect suggestions. And this is especially common in applications that use simpler algorithms without advanced contextual awareness. All right. Another limitation or disadvantage is that some people can over rely on predictive text. So heavy reliance on predictive text can hinder language skills, as we can become accustomed to auto completions and grammar corrections, and we can become lazy. So we shouldn't put all our trust on predictive text because this can potentially reduce language learning and literacy skills, particularly among young users. All right. Having said this, we are going to talk about writing right now itself. All right. And I want you all to continue commenting in the chat. All right. To continue interacting with me in the chat. You are right, Marcela Perez. Sometimes predictive writing changes the words you are about to type or changes the idea you are about to express, right? So it has both its benefits and limitations. We cannot put all our trust on technology, on predictive tests, right? We cannot rely on this as if this were the only right alternative we have. We also have to trust on our own intelligence, on our own abilities, on our ideas, on our brain, because we as humans have a lot inside us that is worth to share, right? Okay, good. Good. Okay, now I want you to look at the list here, the list of writing types, and tell me what kinds of writing you do with your students. Do you make your students write stories, articles, exercises, only grammar, exercises, letters, songs, advertisements, poems? What kinds of writing do you do with your students? You all can see my list here, right? Do you make your students write poems, interviews, instructions, notes, messages, vocabulary, diaries, jokes, or you just make them copy from the board? This is something you don't do. Plays, essays, reports. What types of writing do you do with your students? Um, all right, yes, Heber Chum. There's no perfect tool for app, yes. Okay, you do storytelling, Angel Martinez, stories, Marisol, good exercises, advertisement, America, good. America, Mora, where are you connecting from? Edilberto, exercises, letters, stories, plays, songs. All right. Yeah, it's interesting to see. Cami, Sandra, Dalia. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Good evening, Dalia. Stories, interviews, letters. All right. Well, we don't write letters in the present. We call these emails nowadays, right? In the past, we used to write letters, messages, stories. Okay, America, you're from Cusco. All right, I love Cusco. The only problem when I go to Cusco, I have to rest when the first day, as soon as I arrive, because I get visits, the height, it really affects me. I don't know if it's because of my age or what, but Cusco is too high for me, but I love it. All right. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing. And the idea when doing writing is that we give the students a variety of options, all right? And we don't focus on one type of writing only, all right? Because the more options we give to students, the more possibility we give them to become better communicators. All right. A letter is very different from an essay, or an essay is very different from a story. So this is going to help the students with techniques for expressing ideas properly, right? The layout, the organization of the different writing types, it varies, and this is good. And again, the more possibilities you give to your students, the better communicators they will become. Right? So we need to broaden, we need to expand our range of activities. And we can stimulate our students' creative potential by giving them ideas for writing that they haven't tried. For example, if they've been writing only letters, articles, you can give them another option, like stories or jokes or riddles, all right? So my first piece of advice would be to start by finding out what the students enjoy writing. You could use the list in the previous slide as the basis of a class survey, or expand it and go into more detail. For example, you can ask your students what type of, if they say stories, what kind of stories they like writing. If they say letters, what kind of letters they like writing, right? If they say messages, what kind of messages they like writing, all right? All right? Okay, okay. Thanks for following me in the chat. You all are doing a great job. Another thing we can do is to expand the other categories in the same way because they might choose one or two or three writing types. Okay, expand the other categories in the same way. So get your students to ask each other about the writing they do and how they feel about it. It might be interesting to get them to think about what they enjoy writing in their first language. For example, in their first language, they like writing WhatsApp messages. Okay, are their lists the same or different? So they communicate in both languages the same way. Number three, is there anything they enjoy writing in their first language, in Spanish, that we haven't tried in English? If so, we could try introducing this in our next writing lesson. Okay, the purpose of communication is to be able to express our ideas, our feelings, our emotions in a way that the person that is receiving the message is able to understand what we are saying. All right? So when speaking or when writing, it is important to know who is, in the case of writing, who is reading my message. In the case of speaking, who is listening to my message. All right? So the question you are uh, looking at right now here on top of this slide is crucial. It's very important. When writing, the first thing you need to ask yourself is, who am I writing for? Real communication, real speaking, real writing has a clear purpose and the writer has a definite audience in mind. All right? In the same way, students need the opportunity to choose an audience and a purpose for themselves. They need to ask themselves two questions. Number one, what do I want to write? And then, who do I want to write for? Either they are using artificial intelligence or their own skills, their own potential. We need to keep these two questions in mind. What do I want to write? Who do I want to write for? Sometimes students will want to write something for us, for the teachers, because they want to tell us something, or maybe because they want to make us laugh, but sometimes they will want to write for themselves or for each other. And students need to experiment with writing for different audiences and for different purposes and to make choices about both. Okay, I am very glad to read, Maria Emilia, that last year you dared to try writing an acrostic. That's very interesting, right? Because that is also quite challenging to not only to communicate something real, something with a purpose, but also how challenging it can be to find a word that starts with a certain letter of the alphabet, right? That is in your acrostic. All right. Wilson, thank you. Thanks for your comment. Wilson, where are you connecting from? Did you say congrats, nice workshop? Yeah, I'm enjoying this workshop a lot as well. I have said that artificial intelligence and something we have mentioned earlier, such as text prediction, can help us a lot with accuracy, right? But I have also said, and I think you all agree on saying that we cannot rely on artificial intelligence 100% because machines also have their limitations, and the human brain is much wider, much bigger, and much more creative, right? Accuracy is one important aspect when doing writing, when teaching writing. But there is a problem that teachers often worry too much about accuracy and they don't pay much attention to content, to the way we can express ideas, to the essence of the writing, right? So this can be a problem sometimes because as you can see here, teachers often worry about students passing exams and exams also, most of exams focus on accuracy in writing. Students, however, will not become better writers without plenty of practice, and they will not learn if they are frightened or afraid of making mistakes, right? Okay, okay. It is normal to feel like we don't want to make mistakes. Nobody wants to make mistakes, especially in front of others, right? And this is why accuracy becomes so important for many of us, not only teachers, but also learners, we as learners, right? So accuracy is important, but as I said before, we cannot forget that fluency is also important. And the content of the writing itself is important as well. All right. When we talk about fluency, we talk about the ability to express your ideas in a fast way, without much hesitation, without having too many doubts. And fluency is not related to speaking only. It is also connected to writing, right? If I ask you right now to send a message of congratulations to a friend that has obtained a master degree, maybe many of you are fluent, you start to write, to type quickly, but some of you write and then regret and erase and write again and erase again. So do you feel you are fluent in writing? Sometimes we are fluent in speaking, but in writing, sometimes we run out of ideas or we think too much before we type or we use the right words when writing a message, when writing a letter, when writing an article. So fluency is also important in writing. And as I said before, as with the speaking, learners need the chance to practice fluency. All right, Wilson, so you are connecting from the birth town of the Incas, the hometown of the Incas, Cusco as well. All right, great. Okay, how many of the writing activities that you do with your students focus on fluency? This is something that we need to take into account, all right? Because when we focus on fluency, the important thing is getting the message across. The important thing is not worrying about getting everything exactly right, perfect grammar. No, the focus is on getting the message across. All right. This can be a problem when using too much artificial intelligence because we become lazy and we get things done quickly for us and we don't think too much, right? So how many of the writing activities you do with your students focus on fluency? If we do this, this is going to help us to make clear to students whether the focus is on accuracy or fluency, and to give them a model for both. For example, if they are writing a thank you note or a postcard to a friend, then the important thing is fluency, all right? Of course, the students need accuracy. I said that both are important, okay? Don't put all your efforts on accuracy only. Fluency is also important. So students need both accuracy and fluency in both speaking and writing. Okay, but writing is different from speaking in that there is the chance to erase, to draft, to redraft, and to change and edit what we write. All right? Are you all following me? Am I being clear enough? Are you all following me? I want you to tell me in the chat. All right? Heidi Arias, you are connecting from Surquillo, Lima. There is a market in Surquillo where you can eat really, really good food, right? You try the food inside the market. It's really good. Yeah, when you focus on fluency, Gabi Garibay, the text becomes easier to understand, right? You make it easier to be read. Yeah, you're right. Okay, okay. You all are saying yes, yes. You all are following me. I am being clear enough. Yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so happy to read all your comments because the idea is that we all have things clear in order to get the best from this webinar. Okay, one thing we can do is to ask the students to concentrate on fluency sometimes first and then go back to the writing later to check for accuracy. For example, students write up a review of a film or TV series that they have enjoyed and then try to persuade someone else in the class to see this film or TV series. Success might be measured by whether another student decides to see the film that has been recommended. So both students then work on the review for accuracy before it is shown or displayed on the wall or published in the class newspaper. I think this is quite an interesting idea, something we can try, right? To work on both fluency and accuracy, and also to introduce some collaboration, some teamwork in our classes, right? Emperatriz Basilio, little by little, students need to write, start with short sentences, and progressively they can write their own ideas. That's true, that's right. One basic thing we all should know as teachers is that to write and to speak, students need vocabulary. And they start little by writing words, then short sentences, then longer sentences, until they can express longer ideas in both spoken and written ways. Okay, thank you. Okay, do you know what proofreading is? Because when teaching writing, it is important that we get students to proofread. Okay, sometimes when we do writing, if you are working in a school or a place where technology is used, students can access Google and they can finish writing quickly. All right. If you are not using technology, maybe students, because of this tendency to finish things uh, quickly, they might say, okay, I finish. but they don't really pay attention to errors, to mistakes. So it is important to get the students to proofread. I mean, to make sure the ideas are expressed in a logical way, the grammar is fine, the vocabulary is fine. This is proofreading to make sure your text is okay. Not only the grammar and the vocabulary, but also the organization, the ideas, if there is a coherence, the cohesion, all right? So we need to get the students to proofread. Encouraging students to proofread their own work and to check for accuracy is a vital aspect of developing their autonomy because most of the time, students take very little responsibility for accuracy and they give the teachers all the work to correct their mistakes. This is not only time consuming for teachers because sometimes we have 30 students and 30 letters to correct, 30 students to correct. But how does it help the students become more aware of their own writing problems? We need to give the students a responsibility. If we read the students' work only to correct it, only to cross out the errors and mistakes, there is a danger too that we ignore the content of what has been written and respond instead to verb endings or missing prepositions. So we spot the missing preposition, but we miss the meaning, right? And it is important to pay attention, not only, as I said before, to accuracy, to the grammar, but to the ideas, right? It is important to respond to the content of what the student write, and we don't want to be distracted by lots of errors. We need to develop students' proofreading skills so that they can take responsibility for correcting their own mistakes as far as possible. There are a number of things we can do to help students with this. Okay, for example, we can use a marking code which indicates the type of errors students are making. This can be a first step towards developing autonomy as we don't just correct the work for students, but we show them where they have gone wrong and get them to put it right. This is something we can do to encourage self-correction. Again, students need to take responsibility for their own writing. Are you familiar with these codes? Are you familiar with this? GR, for example, here, GR, which is the first code in the list, refers to grammar. SP is spelling. P, punctuation. S, style. R, register. WT, writing tense. Word order, wrong word, right? This is something that can make students more aware of their own errors. Do you use this code when correcting writing, or you just cross out the mistakes? You know, when I started teaching, there is a tendency to do this. We all teachers, most of teachers tend to do this. And then we give the students their writing corrected with a score, and they just put it inside a desk, and that's it. But when you use a writing code, imagine you give your students their writing back corrected with symbols or codes. What do you think is going to happen? Don't you think they will have the curiosity to ask, Miss, teacher, what does this mean? What does GR mean? What does SP mean? And then you might say something like, here it's a grammar mistake. Here is a spelling mistake. They might start to take responsibility for their own learning, right? And might become more aware of their errors, right? And say, yes, miss, it's not I have 20 years old, right? It's I am 20 years old. Yes. All right. Okay. So this is something that can help students become more autonomous, more independent, right? And this is something that is present in artificial intelligence because technology helps a lot. Machines help a lot with correction. So if a marking code takes too long for you to use, a quicker alternative is to underline any mistakes, but don't cross out, just underline the mistakes, and then students come back to you asking why you underline those words. Right? You can get your students to correct their own mistakes without a code. So make students proofread and correct their work before they hand it in. All right? I would strongly recommend you to make your students proofread to make sure they are paying attention to all the writing before they give it to you. Okay? So make students proofread and correct their work before they hand it in so that we are reading a second, with the teacher reading a second draft or a third draft of what they have written. Make sure they show what they have corrected. Yes, Edilberto Martinez, a marking code when checking writing is excellent. It helps a lot. I use it all the time when correcting writing. Okay, and I'm glad to read you normally use this. All right. Okay, Maria Emilia, yes, it's good that we let our students know or notice by their own the mistakes they are making, right? And they become more responsible for their own learning. Okay. We need, if you are using a marking code, you need to give your students a checklist of the common mistakes. For example, the S in third person singular, the position of adjective, regular, irregular past tense verb endings, use of much, many, and get them to check and correct for this before they give in their work. Okay, we can also get the students to help each other with proofreading by swapping work, by exchanging work. You can tell one student, okay, give your work to your friend. Now you give your work to your friend. Now you find the mistakes before they give it to you, all right? And you can also allow them to use the marking code that you have agreed as a class. Get the students to proofread for a particular type of problem. For example, after doing some work or on definite and indefinite articles, ask them to double check that they have used those correctly before they give in their work. So once the students are more aware of the types of mistakes they make, they can sometimes choose what they would like us to correct as teachers. For example, a student may proofread for irregular past tense endings and ask us check those and ignore spelling. That's fantastic. All right. Evelyn Anaya, where are you connecting from, Evelyn? You are sharing here that you use symbols, that you show a chart with the meaning of the symbols. That's great because if you are using symbols, you have to pre-teach, right? First, or to tell the students what each symbol means so that when you correct writing, they already know what you are meaning. All right, that's great, Evelyn. So you make your students work in pairs and correct together first, and you give them time to make them more autonomous. That's fantastic, Evelyn and Aya, great. Where are you connecting from, Evelyn? Yeah, Eliberto, you're right. If you don't do this in advance, students could get confused, right? Evelyn from Lima, okay. The city of the kings. All right, great. Okay, can you see the text here? Can you see this text? This is something that an elementary student wrote by the end of term. I asked one student to write a short text to a new friend introducing himself. And this is what I got. This is from an elementary student. I want you to read the text and tell me what score you would give to my students 1 to 5, from 1 to 5. If this were your student, elementary student, from 1 to 5, what score would you give to my student? It says, hi, Susan, I wait that you are okay. I am a student like you and I live in Baguabic in Amazonas, Peru. One day I would like to travel to Argentina and know good airs, the capital of your country. I have 23 years old and I study English because it's very important for my future. I like play football with my friends. We are fantastic players. Tell me of you, right soon, dear friend, Marco. What score, 1 to 5, would you give to my student? Do you think his writing is good, quite good, excellent, not really good, bad? All right. Karen Medina, it's good to see, it's good to read. What you are mentioning is crucial. Yes, 1 to 5, I said, it will really depend on what we are assessing, right? Charito, you could give my student a 3. Julis Vidalon, why 11? I said 1 to 5. Beatriz, 3, 4 out of 5 for fluency, 3 out of 5 for accuracy. Excellent, Maria Emilia. Yeah, great. It will really depend. If it were for fluency, I would say the ideas are very well connected. We know the name, the organization of the text. I would say in organization, it would be a 5. In fluency, it would be a 5. Maybe in accuracy, it could be a 4 or 4.5. There are some common mistakes, basic errors, but I think the message is very clear, right? It's clear and is understood. Do you agree with me? We as teachers usually tend to be so strict, so analytical, and we shouldn't be like that, right? Even in international exams, with a lot of grammar or vocabulary mistakes, if you can get the message across, if the message is clear and easy to understand, you can get the maximum score, all right? So, again, we, the teachers, tend to be too strict, too bad when correcting writing. We should be more open, all right? And remember, as I have said before, don't don't uh, pay all your attention on accuracy. The content is also important. All right, the message, the heart of the message, the nucleus of the message, the essence of the message is the most important thing when communicating in both speaking and writing. Okay? Okay, so now I want you to spot the mistakes. All right, let's start. The first mistake here is a vocabulary mistake, right? It's wrong word. Maybe if we want to use the writing code, we could put here www here, which is wrong word. All right. Another mistake here. But what big, right? Because we shouldn't translate proper names, names of people, names of cities, right? If your name is Juan, you don't say my name is John, you say my name is Juan. If you are Maria, you don't say my name is Mary, right? You say my name is Maria. Then here is a grammar mistake. You don't say I have 23 years old, but you say I am 23 years old. Now, one thing I always tell teachers when teaching speaking, when teaching writing, if you are correcting students all the time, you are going to kill fluency. Okay? I always say that overcorrection kills motivation. Overcorrection kills motivation, and also overcorrection impedes communication. Because imagine you are my student, and when you speak, when you write, I am always correcting you, stopping you, and correcting you. Do you feel you are going to feel motivated to speak or to write more, to speak next time? I would say no, right? So accuracy is important. It is important to correct the students, but don't correct all the time. Because if you start to correct the students all the time, you are going to stop fluency, both in speaking and in writing, and you are going to kill motivation. Okay? There are some other basic errors here, such as spelling, the spelling of English, a missing word here before is, because it is, playing, or to play, I like playing or I like to play, a grammar mistake. Here the same, adjectives don't have plural. Then wrong word, collocation here, tell me about, not tell me of. Okay? Interesting, right? Interesting. Are you using these techniques when correcting writing, when teaching writing to students? I want you to continue sharing here in the chat. All right? Okay. Okay, good, 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 good. Noted, Heather, Chum, overcorrection kills motivation. That's true. Okay, okay. And also agree with you, Eliberto, in saying that we cannot let the students fossilize their mistakes. Okay? We have to correct, but we need to know when to correct, how to correct, right? Also, we need to be kind. We need to be kind when correcting students. Okay, I have chosen three activities today. One is writing a postcard, another is writing a letter of complaint, and another is writing an opinion essay. Here is the first activity, which is more for elementary level, pre-A1, A1 level, or for kids, for children. Maybe some of you teach children here. Who of you teaches primary or teaches children here? You said today that we need to make students write short sentences first, and then little by little, they will start to write longer sentences until they become more experienced in writing and start to show improvements, right? Here's an activity on writing a postcard. When do people write postcards? When are you supposed to write a postcard? Do you write postcards inside the classroom? Rosita Fuentes, you teach primary. I love teaching children. I love teaching in primary. I've I've taught children since I started teaching, and I love it. I've been a teacher of primary for quite a long time, more than 15 years. And I use my guitar. And well, to be a primary teacher, you need to be very patient. You need to smile all the time. You know, children are so sincere, so transparent, so creative, and many times they make you laugh. Well, if you are outgoing and you like working with children, that's fantastic. All right. Okay. Yes. Alejandra Hernandez, where are you connecting from? You write a postcard, Alejandra, yes, when you travel abroad, right? To tell people about the place you are visiting, all right? Okay, so here's a sample of a postcard, all right? So Lucy, as you can see here, is writing a postcard to her grandma. And she's telling her grandma that she's on holiday in London. Do you think London is beautiful? Have you ever been to London? It is so beautiful, right? Well, I have the luck to visit London many times. Actually, I was there 2 weeks ago. It's so beautiful. So imagine all you can tell other people if you visit London. All right. Here, Lucy has sequenced what she has done in London uh, using the days of the week. On Monday, we saw this. On Tuesday, we went to this place. On Wednesday, we saw this. On Thursday, we went to this place. On Friday, we went to this place. On Saturday, all right? And I think this is quite a good technique to help students express ideas, to work with sequences, and also the focus here, the grammar focus, as you can see, is the use of the past tense. We saw, we went, and this way we can communicate our feelings, our emotions, our thoughts, our impressions on a beautiful experience such as visiting London. All right? Here is the worksheet. If you want to try this activity with your students, I have said before that when teaching writing, we need to help the students with vocabulary. So there is a vocabulary activity first. With the vocabulary, students will need for this writing activity, a comprehension activity, which is also another thing we need to take into account when teaching writing. Okay, I am going to share the link here. All right, so that Mariela Condorena helps me and shares the link with you. And also, not only the worksheet, but also the answer key. If you want to try this activity with your students. All right. After students have tried this, which is a model, a writing type, a writing model of someone visiting London, you can ask your students to think of a place they have visited recently and write a postcard to someone using the days of the week, using the sequence to tell this person about their experience and to write their own postcards. Okay, so this was activity 1. Okay, thanks Mariela for sharing with the audience the links here in the YouTube chat. Eliberto, is your dream city? Yeah, I'm traveling to London again this year and then next year in January with a group of teachers for a pedagogical training program. If you want more information on this, you can contact me. All right, you can contact me and I will tell you how you can be part of this training program for teachers in England and visit London uh, and visit also Oxford. All right. Okay. My second activity now, my second activity is writing a letter of complaint. Okay. Writing a letter can be a challenge, right? Can be quite challenging. And writing a letter of complaint can be more challenging because sometimes we don't know how to start, how to express our ideas properly, what to include, uh, not to sound too rude, to sound kind. It will depend on what we are complaining about, right? Again, when teaching writing, we need to help students with vocabulary. So this is a letter of complaint. We will see a model of a letter, all right, which is here. But before we ask students to read the letter or to see the model, all right, we have this vocabulary activity. And I want you all to help me with this, all right? A strong feeling of disappointment or worry. What is this? A strong feeling of disappointment or worry. Maybe if you don't know this, we can continue with the second. A shop that sells medicine. A shop that sells medicine. Yeah, I think, yeah, this is easier. Yeah, good. It is a pharmacy. Okay. Then a piece of paper from a doctor that says what medicine you need to take, what medicine you need. Okay. All right, Heber, thank you. The first, dismay. Yeah, the second, pharmacy. A piece of paper from a doctor that says what medicine you need to take. Yeah, prescription. To demand or ask for something. Okay. Okay, yeah, it could be a drugstore, but we don't have the word drugstore in the options, Beatriz. We have pharmacy. Okay, an amount of a medicine or drug that is dangerous for a person. All right. Yeah, Marcela, a recipe, yeah, what happens is that in Spanish we have the same word for both the medical prescription and for the procedures when cooking something. In Spanish, we use the same word, but in English, we say prescription when we refer medicine, and we say recipe when we refer food, right? Okay, okay. Then, yeah, at work or doing work, yeah, on duty, to inform, someone of something, take steps to do something. All right, I am just uh, clicking on the words you are suggesting in the YouTube chat. I know you all are. Right. Yeah, good. Woo. All right. All right. All right. Okay, we got 8 out of 8. Okay, now here in the model, we have the vocabulary that we have used in the previous exercise. Give me a second, I'm going to plug my laptop. It's running out of battery. Okay. Okay, good. So I'm going to read it aloud, and I want you all to follow me. It says, Dear Sir, Madam, I am writing to express my dismay, my disappointment at the service at your Eden Hill branch on Saturday, 14 January. I often collect prescriptions from the pharmacy on behalf of my grandmother, Mrs. Elaine Bingham. On this occasion, there were 2 prescriptions, one for 10 times 50 milligrams Kendamol and one for Lupron. I was served quickly, even though there appeared to be only one pharmacist on duty. However, as I was leaving, I saw that I had been given 500 milligram tablets of Kendamol. This is 10 times stronger than the prescription called for. If I hadn't noticed a difference between the prescription and the actual tablets, my grandmother could have taken a dangerous overdose of Kendamol. I would be worried about getting any future prescriptions at Eden Hill. The pharmacist apologized and corrected the mistake, but I wanted to bring it to your attention. I think it happened because there were not enough staff on duty. I understand that mistakes happen, but there needs to be a minimum of 2 pharmacists at all times. Right. So all prescriptions can be checked. Okay, I hope you can take steps to make sure you can take action to make sure this mistake does not happen again. Yours faithfully, Roger Bingham. Okay, again, well, here in this website are some tips for writing properly. Number 1, focus on the most important facts. Don't give unnecessary background information. Make sure you include the reason for writing. This is something I mentioned at the beginning. Who you're writing for. Also, make sure you include what went wrong, what you would like to happen now. In the case of a complaint letter, complaint letters are usually written in a formal style. We need to use passives to be less direct and more formal. And we use yours faithfully to sign off if you don't know the name of the person you're writing to. Okay, here are some tasks we can try, okay? To make sure also students are familiar with some of the things they need to pay attention to when writing a letter of complaint. The greeting, for example, here. The greeting, okay, the greeting is, all right. Yeah, please. Okay, good, good. Thanks. You're following me in the chat. Introducing your reason for writing. Background information. What went wrong. What you'd like to happen. The closing. Okay, the greeting, dear sir, madam. Introducing your reason for writing. The background information. Yeah, good. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Celia. Celia Alfaro, where are you connecting from? The background information. What went wrong? What you'd like to happen? And the closing. All right, let's take some time to proofread, to double check, and make sure what we have chosen is okay. The greeting, dear sir, madam, introducing your reason for writing. I am writing to express my dissatisfaction on the service I received. The background information. I have been a regular customer of your shop for many years. What went wrong? I realized I had been charged 100 pounds instead of 10. Then what you'd like to happen? You would like a refund and the closing. Great. Ooh. Again, we got 100%. Okay, there is a second task, all right, with more vocabulary that can help us when writing. The focus here is on what went wrong and what you'd like to happen. Here are more options of sentences you could use, all right? Okay, um, a third task, which is an activity focusing on the passive voice to avoid saying the pharmacist, right? To avoid saying the pharmacist, to use the passive voice, and also to sound more formal, all right? These are things we can do when teaching writing to help students, all right? I am going to share the link of this activity so that it can be shared here, please, in the chat, in the YouTube chat. And there is one more activity that you can try on your own. It is similar to what we have done, can be helpful when teaching students to write an essay, an opinion essay, right? So these last two links, please, Mariela Condorena, I want you to share this with the audience. All right. Okay. Let's continue. Now I'm going back to my slides. All right. I'm going to share with you now two websites, two tools we can use when correcting students and that use artificial intelligence. Okay. It is important that the students get the experience of writing with other people, as it gives students a chance to learn from each other and to organize themselves. You know, good writers revise, reorder, and redraft, and working collaboratively with others on a piece of writing makes the students do exactly those things. It gives them the experience of doing what a good writer does as they think and talk about best word to choose or the funniest way to say something. Luz Adriana Jaramillo, you like to work with British Council activities. Me too. Where are you connecting from, Luz Adriana? Where are you writing from? Okay. Wilson, essays are really challenging. Yes, they can be challenging, but when you start to do this, to write this type of text, you start to become more familiar. When writing an essay, it is important to pay attention to the organization, right? An essay goes like this. It's introduction, ideas. It can be idea one, idea two, that can be taken from the general knowledge of the topic, and then your own idea, and then the conclusion. This is the layout. This is the organization of an essay. You do this way, and you are going to write a good one. Okay, okay. One tool you can try to correct a student's writing, especially essays, is the IntelliMetric. This can be good because this gives you like statistics of the most common type of errors or what you need to improve in terms of content, discourse management, organization. But the bad thing is that it's not free. It's not free, you need to pay. But if you are working in a school that can afford this type of technology, you can subscribe as a school with other teachers and help your students with essay scoring. All right, it's here. It's here. I am going to share the link so that you can explore a little bit more about it. All right, please, Mariela, help me with the link. And also this link with one of my favorite writing websites, which is Write and Improve with Cambridge. You know, well, I've been working with with Cambridge, not only with the exams, but also with the materials for quite a long time. I am an official Cambridge presenter. I've been preparing students for Cambridge exams for quite a long time. Cambridge has really, really nice resources for teaching, and writing is not the exception. This one works with artificial intelligence. Here you can create an account for free and also can create classes, and your students can create their own accounts to access as a class, as a group, or individually, and they can start to improve writing. This can also help you as a teacher because you don't have to take much time to correct long pieces of writing. You can assign your students different tasks such as stories, emails, essays, articles, etc. Okay, we are going to try this activity right now. Okay, I want you to look at the three pictures and create a story. Okay, once you type here your text, you are going to be given feedback immediately and you are going to be given a level, what level your writing is. Okay, you have to write your story in 35 to 45 words. Look at the three pictures and send me your story by WhatsApp. I am typing my number here in the chat. So here is my number. I want you to send me your writing by WhatsApp. Okay, check here in the YouTube chat and send me your writing by WhatsApp. Look at the three pictures. Can you see my number in the chat? It's 985049546. Okay? Yes, Norma. Cambridge Write and Improve is free, it's for free. You can also pay subscription and have or access more benefits, more things, but you don't really need to pay. It's really good and it's for free. So my number is here in the chat. Look at the three pictures and write the story, your story, in 35 to 45 words only. Send me your story by WhatsApp. Okay, and we will check your writing. We will see what we can get from this website. Okay, we have three pictures. Use the pictures in the order they are shown, 1, 2, and 3. Picture 1, the man is like thinking, has an idea. In the second picture, he's buying plants. In the third picture, he's inside his house with all the plants he has bought. Okay? You don't have to put the pictures in order. You have to create a story with the picture you have and send me your stories, send me your writing by WhatsApp. I am going to send my number again. If you are writing from another country, it's +51, okay? It's like this, with a plus. Okay, here is my number. I am sending my number again. Okay. Okay. Start writing. Start writing. Start writing. You have only 2 to 3 minutes. Don't think too much. This is not an exam. The idea is that we see how this works. Okay? Again, you don't need to put the pictures in order. This is not about picture ordering. You need to use the pictures to write a story. Here is my number. Okay, I am going to write my number here on the screen so that you all can see it. Okay, can you all see my number? It's +51 985049 546. You can tell me in the message your name, where you are writing from. All right. Okay. Yeah, Aman is thinking. Okay, good. I want you to create your story and send me your story by WhatsApp. Quickly, quickly. You have 2 to 3 minutes only, remember? Okay, Alma Beltran, put all your ideas together in a story and share it with me by WhatsApp. Here is my number, Alma Beltran. All right? Okay. So you need to write a short story and share your story with me by WhatsApp. Okay, okay, okay. I am waiting. I'm looking forward to your answers. Okay, Celia. Celia, can you share what you type by WhatsApp? Celia Alfaro? It's great. Send it to me by WhatsApp to my phone number, please. Okay. Okay, good, good, good. You are doing great job. Okay, I got the first. Okay. Maria Emilia, thank you. Thanks for sharing. Where are you writing from? Venezuela, Peru? Okay, now let's see. We are going to copy and paste your writing, okay? And let's see how it works. First of all, it says here that only 18 words were entered, and in my instruction, I said 35 to 45 words. Okay, let's see. Here, I cannot check because of the number of words, but I think I have another answer here. Percy, my dear friend Percy. Okay, okay, 51 words, Percy. Let's check. Okay, thanks for sharing, Percy. Percy is connecting from Sullana, right? Okay, okay, good. So Percy says, this is the story of a man who realized his garden was empty and a little bit weird, and he decided to buy nice colorful plants and make his garden a beautiful place. Since then, he keeps his garden as a beautiful place to rest and share time with his friends. Wow, I love your story. Thank you, Percy. It says here, the feedback, Cambridge is giving you feedback, Write and Improve is giving you feedback. First of all, this is A2 level, A1, A2 level. The feedback says, Percy, that your level for this question is at the top of task help. So your answer is so good. And your level is A2. Okay, let's take another randomly. Wow, this is longer, much longer, much longer. I am just copying and pasting. Thank you, Percy, again. I don't have the name of this teacher now. Yeah, let's check. You just click on check. Emperatriz from Arequipa. Thank you. Okay. It says, excellent, amazing programs. Look, the underlined or the highlighted here sentences are telling you that you can improve the way you express the ideas. All right? But it's fantastic. It's fantastic. I love this. It says, James had never owned a plant before, but that morning something about the little green leaves in the shop window caught his attention. He stepped inside, drawn by the fresh scent of soil and nature. All this is perfect. I'll take this one, he said, pointing at a small potted fern. The shopkeeper smiled as she wrapped it up. Good choice, just don't forget to water it. With the plan in his hands, James felt a strange sense of responsibility. Wow, this writing is so good. And the level here is B2. It's between A2 and A2. So some words are A2, maybe other words are B1, B2. In general, as you can see here, the level is B2. It's here, level B2. Thank you. Thank you so much, Emperatrice. And thank you all. I am receiving a lot of messages now. Please don't forget to write your names. I promise I will save you all. If you are not in my contacts, I will save your names later on so that we can stay in touch. All right? Wow, thank you. Thank you all. Yeah, let's take one more. I don't have your name. I will take yours now. Okay. Thanks for sending me your writing by WhatsApp. I promise I will save your names and numbers later on. I love it when we can interact together.
Thank you so much, dear Juan. Thank you for this amazing presentation. I don't know if there is something else.
Yes, I'm about to finish, all right?
Okay.
I think it is fantastic to share these tools regarding artificial intelligence for correcting writing. So I am going back to my presentation, all right? And there are some questions I think you are going to ask. They are here, all right? So that participants get their exit ticket, right, Mariela?
Yes, but before that, we have some questions for you. So here is Consuelo for that. Dear Consuelo, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, dear Juan Valenzuela. Thank you for your wonderful presentation on behalf of our community. We are always grateful for your insights and your knowledge that you have shared with us today. Well, I have three questions, but there is one question in two. Okay, the first question is from Carlo Cuyi Pariachi, and it says, what kind of information do apps tools need to assess writing, please? And linked to this question is another one. Is there any app or tool to assess writing?
Yeah. Okay, I think that throughout the webinar, we have already answered these questions. As we've just shared, IntelliMetric can be used to improve writing and also to check writing. And I think the good thing about these tools is that we can help students, but we as teachers can improve our own writing because we are always learning vocabulary, we are always improving grammar. And of course, Cambridge Write and Improve is another tool we can use. I think these are very useful and we all can use them in our daily teaching. And this can help, again, not only our students, but our own learning as teachers to improve vocabulary and to improve writing techniques.
Thank you. And the last question is from Evelyn Anaya Chirinos. How can we help the students to improve their writing skills, especially the ones who are in primary level? For example, third grade. Are there any AI tools for writing, especially for kids?
Yes, sure. When teaching writing, there are some basic things we need to keep into consideration. I said we need to help students with vocabulary because they need vocabulary to communicate ideas, not only when writing, but also when speaking. We need to help students with comprehension. The two basic questions we need to ask ourselves when writing is something we need to do with all learners, the little ones, teenagers. What do I want to write for and who am I writing for? Some websites that can help children with writing are the Learn English Kids by the British Council, right? This is one I use a lot in my teaching. And if you Google writing for children, there are also lots of websites with stories, which is a good way to help students with writing and also reading.
Thank you so much for your answers. And let's go to the next teacher who's going to give, I think, the exit ticket. Who is next?
Okay, thank you.
Thank
you
you
very
so
much,
much.
Consuelo. And thank you all. I am reading you all in the chat. You are thanking me. you're saying thanks, thanks, thanks a lot. Oh, thank you. You are so kind. It's been so enjoyable for me as well. I
Okay,
love
I
to
think,
share what I know.
okay, this section is for you to explain briefly about these. I think you're going to give some scholarships, right?
Yes,
Así es, querida
Mariela.
Consuelito, sí, querido Juan, agradecerte de todo corazón por haber participado el día de hoy en esta sesión formidable. Muchísimas gracias por ello y gracias por la generosidad a través de tu institución de Abilities and Education en dar para nuestra comunidad English Teachers in Perú, Teachers, 4 becas completas que el día de hoy se van a sortear gracias a la generosidad de Mr. Juan Valenzuela, que el día de hoy ha compartido con nosotros. Y justamente estas becas van a ser una para cada curso. Que vemos aquí en pantalla, Teaching and Learning Speaking, Teaching and Learning Listening, Teaching and Learning Reading, and Teaching and Learning Writing. Entonces, vamos a conversar un poquito con Juan sobre la propuesta que tiene Abilities and Education para la formación de todos los docentes del área de inglés. Pero antes de ello, recordarles lo siguiente, para que ustedes puedan ingresar al sorteo de estas 4 becas completas, deben de llenar, en este momento vamos a pasarles a dar el exit ticket. Deben de llenar, deben de completarlo. Va a ser rapidito, 10 minutitos se los vamos a dar, por favor, para que lo completen, porque de ahí es que va a salir todos los que han llenado, va a salir la data para que participen en el sorteo, que lo vamos a hacer aquí en vivo. Y quien salga sorteado va a salir el nombrecito ahí en la pantalla. Tiene que escribir en el chat presente. Si la persona no está presente en el chat de YouTube, entonces se va al agua. Ya conocen más o menos cuál es la mecánica de los sorteos. Día de hoy Juan nos va a acompañar en todo ello también. Así que para que mientras vamos conversando, vayan llenando el exit ticket, se los vamos a ir mostrando en este momento. Aquí está en pantalla, por favor. También lo van a tener fijado, lo va a fijar en este momento Mr. Ortega en el chat de YouTube. Recuerden que deben de completar bien sus datos, por favor, sobre todo su correo electrónico, ¿sí? https://cutt.ly/ lo que viene, si es que ustedes lo van a copiar y pegar en el navegador, tiene que ser tal cual lo ven. Respeten minúscula y mayúscula, ¿ok? 5TH minúscula, E mayúscula, T mayúscula, I minúscula, P mayúscula, tal como está ahí, ya si es que lo van a digitar, ¿listo? Y quienes pueden verlo, está ya también fijado en el chat de YouTube. Así que por favor, no se desconecten, vayan llenando, dejen ahí en YouTube, van a regresar con nosotros, llenen el exit ticket y mientras tanto regreso para aquí, querido Juan. Me gustaría, por favor, que nos puedas comentar un poquito sobre lo que se ofrece desde Abilities and Education para todos los English teachers.
Bien, gracias Mariela y gracias a todos por su participación, por su entusiasmo, por todas sus interacciones que me motivan mucho a seguir compartiendo con todo el amor eh, acerca de mi experiencia como docente, como colega de cada uno de los que estamos aquí presentes. Quien les habla es un profesor de inglés, como ustedes, que tiene más de 20 años trabajando en docencia. He trabajado, como les contaba, en primaria muchos años, me encantan los niños. He trabajado en secundaria, en muchos colegios de Perú, distintas ciudades y también fuera del país. Actualmente estoy trabajando de manera independiente, tratando de realizar una contribución desde mi humilde espacio para docentes de Perú y toda Latinoamérica, eh, con Abilities and Education, de quien soy fundador y director. Eh, Tengo ya 10 años con mi propia institución, realizando consultorías, acompañando en lo que es implementación de programas educativos en general. El nombre de Abilities and Education va por asociar la educación no solo con lo intelectual o cognitivo, sino sobre todo con ese potencial de habilidades de destrezas que los humanos manejamos, que cargamos por dentro y que cuando le ponemos el mejor conjunto de emociones, podemos ponerlas al servicio de nuestro prójimo, de nuestros cercanos. Trabajamos, tengo en Chiclayo mi sede presencial, clases de inglés, tenemos academia de inglés general, brindamos preparación para exámenes internacionales de Cambridge, de TOEFL, de IELTS, exámenes Pearson, exámenes Michigan. Trabajamos fuerte en lo que es capacitación a docentes de inglés y también, como les mencioné, asesoramos en implementación de programas para colegios. Distribuimos textos, también trabajo con distintas editoriales y en los últimos 5 años estoy trabajando también lo que es intercambio estudiantil, llevando alumnos a Inglaterra y trayendo alumnos de Inglaterra a Perú. Este año estoy recibiendo 8 delegaciones. Vienen más de 200 alumnos británicos a estudiar en 8 colegios peruanos diferentes que están asociados a Global School Alliance, a quien represento aquí en Latinoamérica desde hace más de 2 años y con quienes trabajo como consultor en nuestro medio. Estamos llevando también alumnos. Les conté que hace 2 semanas estuve en Londres y también llevando a profesores de inglés al extranjero, en este caso a Inglaterra, para que participen en programas de entrenamiento pedagógico. Creo que todo esto es no solamente interesante, sino realmente necesario para seguir contribuyendo en las mejoras de la educación en nuestro país y en nuestro continente. Si quieren conocer un poquito más de alguno de los temas que les he compartido, ya les compartí mi número de teléfono. En Facebook me van a encontrar como Perú Educación Juan Valenzuela, en Instagram como Abilities and Education, también en TikTok, Juan Valenzuela, Abilities and Education. Y yo encantadísimo de compartir con todos ustedes un poquito de lo que sé o todo lo que sé, de lo poco que sé, y también de aprender de todo lo que ustedes puedan compartir conmigo.
Muchísimas gracias, querido Juan. Para quienes están escribiéndonos algunas cositas en el chat, antes de conectarme otra vez contigo, porque te tengo algunas preguntitas con respecto a la propuesta de tu institución. Quienes me están pidiendo, por favor, recuerden que si estuvieron presentes en sesiones pasadas y tuvieron algún problema con el exit ticket, porque es lo que me está diciendo la maestra Katy Toscano, escriba por favor a englishteachersinperú@gmail.com para que puedan atender. Me imagino que debe tener alguna evidencia de haber estado presente, tal vez el chat o lo que fuera. Eso la va a ayudar para que puedan ver el tema de su asistencia, así que no se preocupe. Y también aprovecho para decirles que la próxima semana cerramos con todo nuestro ciclo de Summer Webinars y por ser la última sesión, la asistencia vale doble. Así que si se perdieron alguna sesión, van a tener la oportunidad de recuperarla con esta. Y además recuerden que por ser el cierre de todos nuestros webinars, su asistencia para poder conseguir la constancia de participación de nuestra comunidad es obligatoria. Sí, tienen que estar presentes porque además vamos a tener sorpresas, va a haber un tema espectacular para la próxima semana. Y vamos viendo también aquí con respecto a Mr. Valenzuela, hace un momento compartió sus datos. No vamos a seguir compartiéndolos, por favor, porque hay un tema con YouTube y los datos personales privados que se muestran en pantalla. Entonces, vamos a enviarles el material que Mr. Valenzuela nos va a enviar y ahí van a tener los datos de contacto también de él y ustedes van a poder comunicarse con él, contactarse con él para hacerle las consultas también sobre las propuestas de formación que tienen a través de su institución. Entonces, por favor, vamos ahora sí a continuar. Querido Juan, con respecto a estos 4 cursos que vemos en pantalla, porque yo sé que todavía tienes, como has mencionado, muchísimas otras propuestas más que estás trabajando a través de tu institución. Con respecto a estos 4 cursos, en cada uno de ellos se hace de manera autoformativa, es en plataforma, o hay alguna sesión en vivo. ¿Nos podrías comentar un poquito sobre la metodología que se utiliza para llevar los cursos?
Sí, claro, claro. Los cursos en primera instancia son una gran oportunidad para seguir nutriéndonos como docentes. Son totalmente asincrónicos, los pueden desarrollar de manera flexible a su propio ritmo. El acceso a los mismos se aloja en una plataforma muy amigable, muy actual, muy simpática, donde van a encontrar recursos como PowerPoints, como PDFs, videos y sesiones en vivo donde eh, con una audiencia de docentes hemos trabajado cómo desarrollar cada una de las habilidades. Hay videos y les va a ayudar muchísimo. Lo bueno también es que todo el material que está alojado en plataforma, ustedes van a tener acceso de por vida. Y cuando ingresen, ustedes van a tener también acceso, una vez completado el curso, a un certificado de entrenamiento pedagógico que les voy a otorgar por 180 horas, que les va a servir como curso de actualización también para su escalafón y también para su bagaje en lo que es su currículo o su CV.
Muchísimas gracias, Juan. Entonces, excelente. Ya saben que, bueno, me parece espectacular que todo el contenido esté disponible para siempre, teachers, porque a veces la mente es frágil y siempre nosotros necesitamos estar en constante práctica. Y qué más que aprender de una persona con la experiencia de Mr. Juan Valenzuela. Realmente, una vez más, las gracias por ello. También nos comentabas un poquito sobre esta propuesta que tenías para poder hacer para poder viajar al extranjero, un programa de intercambio. No sé si nos podrías comentar un poquito más sobre cómo se dirige esto hacia los docentes o en qué contribuye, de qué manera se hace este intercambio para saber cómo contribuye en su formación.
Claro que sí, en líneas generales es una experiencia maravillosa. Viajar al extranjero es lindo. Cuando nosotros enseñamos cualquier idioma, es muy importante que conozcamos sobre la cultura de ese idioma, ¿no? No solamente que conozcamos la gramática, cómo funciona, o que tengamos buena pronunciación, sino que conozcamos sobre la cultura de ese idioma. Por ejemplo, los que enseñamos inglés, pues tenemos que conocer cuáles son las comidas típicas en Estados Unidos, Acción de Gracias, Thanksgiving, también en Inglaterra, si enseñamos portugués o cualquier idioma. Como docentes, el viajar a un país donde ese idioma se habla, la experiencia es única porque tenemos una inmersión real al idioma interactuando con nativos. Nosotros, la propuesta, la siguiente es para enero del 2026. Es una propuesta de 10 días donde vamos a tener 10 días de entrenamiento pedagógico con docentes nativos, con docentes que son autores de libros, que son profesores de programas o colegios IB, profesores que son entrenadores para Cambridge, para Pearson International, donde vamos a encontrar un contexto de cómo enseñar las habilidades vuelvo a repetir, en contextos reales, por ejemplo, cuando hablamos de deportes, de relaciones interpersonales, de transporte, de viajes, en 10 días, con actividades también que incluyen lo que es trabajo colaborativo, inteligencia artificial, muy actualizado y donde además por las tardes vamos a tener excursiones para conocer, les decía, de la cultura de Inglaterra, ¿no? Excursiones a Oxford, excursiones a Londres, y al final los profesores van a recibir un certificado de entrenamiento pedagógico que está avalado por British Council, Consejo Británico. Si quieren conocer la fecha, si quieren conocer el costo y cómo pagarlo desde marzo de este año para que puedan tener la facilidad de, de de asumir esto en cuotas hasta enero del próximo año, me pueden escribir. Mariela indicó que se van a compartir mis datos. Los que tuvieron la chance de anotar aquí en pantalla mi teléfono, voy a tener una reunión informativa en un ratito a las 9 de la noche, justamente para todos los profesores interesados, y con gusto podemos seguir conversando de esto.
Listo, Juan, muchísimas gracias. Entonces, yo creo que con calma, como se les va a enviar el material, estimados maestros, a todos los que han estado conectados, van a tener ahí los datos de contacto de Mr. Valenzuela, le van a poder hacer las consultas. Me parece espectacular el hecho de poder vivenciar el idioma, ¿no? En su contexto real, de hacer este proceso de inmersión, siempre es importante, fructífero y productivo para nosotros como docentes. Qué bueno que tengan una propuesta como esa, querido Juan. Felicitaciones, por supuesto, por todo el avance que vas teniendo a través de los años con tu institución. A quienes están en el chat, por favor, por ahí están pidiendo alguna. A ver, teachers, recordemos lo siguiente, nosotros compartimos el link del Exit Ticket en el webinar en vivo. No podemos compartirles de de otras sesiones anteriores. Es de este webinar, nada más. Cada uno es responsable porque debe de estar atento. Ya conocen la temática que nosotros llevamos para poder estar atentos a toda la presentación, llenar correctamente también el exit ticket, ¿ya? Porque no se vale que después tengamos problemas justamente por haber llenado mal los datos, ¿ya? Tengan mucho cuidado con ello, por favor. Este, a ver, acá hay algunas preguntitas, voy a ver. Ya está listo. A ver, acá hay saludos para ti, querido Juan, desde diferentes lugares, ¿ah? No solo del Perú, sino también internacionales. Muchas gracias a todos los maestros que se han contactado el día de hoy, que han estado presentes en nuestro webinar. Muchas, muchas gracias. Ahora sí, vamos a empezar con el sorteo. Creo que ya está ahí en pantalla. Sí, está compartiendo Mr. Ortega. Ya tenemos la data de quienes han llenado y también han respondido efectivamente las preguntas. Ya está la data, la pueden mostrar ahí. Teacher, ya está. Entonces ahí tienen toda la data, están todos los docentes que han estado presentes en la sesión de hoy. Ya está perfecto. Entonces, a tu voz, querido Juan.
Sí, bien, bien.
Contamos hasta tres y luego mandamos para que vaya a la ruleta a elegir o seleccionar el ganador.
Excelente. Uno, dos, tres.
Go.
Ya.
Listo, tenemos aquí la primera ganadora de la beca completa. Van a asumir en el orden en el que aparecía en pantalla por si acaso. La primera es Teaching and Learning Speaking para Lucero, Yanis Lucero Supochoque. Maestra Yanis, ayúdeme en el chat, debe de decir presente, por favor. Si la maestra Yanis está ahí, Yanis Lucero Supochoque. Solamente le vamos a dar unos segunditos nada más. Demora un poquito aquí en la conexión desde YouTube. Ya la vi por ahí, tiene que decir presente la maestra. No hemos pedido emojis. Tiene que escribir en el chat la palabra presente. Ya, vamos a la voz de tres, si no, entonces no lo vamos a considerar. Por favor, tiene que escribir presente la maestra Lucero, Yanis Lucero Supochoque. Ya, creo que no está atenta la maestra, no está entendiendo de repente la temática. Vamos en todo caso. No, pero sí, aquí yo ya veo ya estoy viendo, ¿no? No sé si he visto ahí un emoji nada más, pero no he visto que haya puesto presente. Sí, no, ya está. Entonces pasamos, por favor, creo que se va al agua. La maestra no ha puesto presente.
Ok,
Ni modo.
uno, dos, tres. Ya.
Listo, y ahora la afortunada es Mariela Maritza Vázquez Maita. Maestra Mariela, mi tocaya, Juan, salió mi tocaya. Mariela Maritza
Qué bueno.
Vázquez, así es, tiene que escribir presente,
Ya.
por favor, en el chat, si es que está ahí.
La profesora supo que ha puesto aquí estoy, no ha puesto presente, ha puesto aquí estoy, pero
Ya, la
ahí
temática
está, ¿no?
es la temática. Si no la respetó, entonces no lo podemos
Ya.
considerar. Ya se fue al agua. Ahora sí, más bien para la maestra Mariela Maritza Vázquez Maita. Vamos a esperar solamente unos segunditos más. Ya está, ya la vi. Mariela Vázquez Maita escribió presente, ¿sí? La
Sí,
acabo de
ahí
ver
lo
ahorita, así que felicitaciones, maestra Mariela. Se lleva la primera beca completa para el curso de Teaching Speaking. Ahora nos vamos con el siguiente. El siguiente era para, a ver, déjeme curiosear un ratito. El primero era para Teaching and Learning Speaking, que se va para la maestra Mariela. Y ahora hacemos el sorteo de Teaching and Learning Listening, beca completa, ¿sí? Vamos, por favor, a tu voz, querido Juan.
Ok, uno, dos, tres. Ya. Ya, para.
Y ahora tenemos a la maestra Erlinda Limaco Soto. Maestra Erlinda, ¿está usted por ahí? Quien tiene que escribir presente, maestros, es quien sale acá en pantalla. El nombre que decimos, no todos ustedes, porque vamos a confundir si no, ¿ya?
Sí.
Por favor, los demás que están en el chat de YouTube, no escribimos presente, solamente escribe presente la maestra Erlinda Limaco Soto para que se lleve la beca completa. Vamos a dar unos segunditos. Si es que la maestra no está, se va al agua y volvemos a hacer el sorteo. Ya, por favor, es solo para que lo escriban los ganadores que están saliendo ahí en pantalla en el sorteo. La maestra Erlinda Limaco Soto. ¿Ya está por ahí? ¿No está por ahí? Vamos a dar unos segunditos más. 30 segunditos más. Vamos a darle 30 segunditos más porque demora un poquito en llegar el mensaje y lo estoy viendo recién. Maestra Erlinda Limaco Soto. Allá. Maestra Erlinda Lima. Limaco dice, ¿no? Allá. Vamos. Ya, me parece que no está presente la maestra.
No, no está.
No, no está. Entonces, vamos al agua. A tu
A ver,
voz, querido Juan.
ok, uno, dos, tres. Para.
Y vamos, un varón, por fin salió un varón, querido Juan. José Mechán, y estará por ahí José, el maestro José Mechán. José Mechán. Muchos se quejaban, los teachers decían, ¿por qué salen puras damas, puras profesoras, no salimos nosotros? Y ahí está José Mechán. Vamos, por favor, para la segunda beca completa, ¿ya? Para la segunda beca completa, por favor, tiene que escribir, digitar en el chat de YouTube la palabra presente, ¿ya? Maestro José Mechán tiene que escribir la palabra presente. Ahí hay un José Vladimir que no sé si sea el mismo José
No.
Mechán, no lo creo.
No.
A ver si el maestro José Mechán está por ahí. Tiene que escribir, por eso es importante también que pongan sus datos completos. Acá hay solo un apellido, maestros. Ya, a ver, vamos. Vamos a dar unos segunditos más al maestro José Mechán. Creo, creo que no está. ¿Ya?
Se fue a comer.
Sí, me parece que no está, así que si no, nos vamos al agua. Y vamos a tu voz, querido Juan.
Ok, uno, dos, tres. Ya.
Listo, ahora vamos con la maestra Socorro Bastidas. Socorro Bastidas, por favor, la maestra Socorro Bastidas. Maestra Socorro, ¿está por ahí? tiene que escribir de igual manera, presente. Vamos por la segunda beca completa. Teaching and Learning Listening era este, ¿verdad? Tiene, por favor, que escribir presente en el chat. Ya creo que no. Socorro Bastidas, me parece que la maestra está, ¿no está? Damos unos segunditos más. Vamos a pasar con la siguiente, al agua. Querido Juan, a tu voz.
Ya, 1, 2, 3. Ya.
Y ahora, uy, el nombre está de moda. Norma Consuelo Delgadillo Gamboa. Maestra Normita, ¿está por ahí? Norma Consuelo Delgadillo Gamboa. Si está ahí, debe de escribir presente. La maestra Norma Consuelo Delgadillo Gamboa. Solo ella debe de escribir eso. Los demás teachers, ahí estamos a la expectativa porque tal vez sale. A ver, maestra Norma Consuelo Delgadillo. ¿Mm? No, maestra Erlinda, lo siento, súper tardísimo. Ya pasó, ya se fue el agua, por eso hay que estar atentos. Listo, tampoco. La maestra Socorro Bastidas ya pasó, recién están colocando el presente ahí. La maestra Norma Consuelo Delgadillo. Norma Consuelo Delgadillo. Vamos a ver, Norma Consuelo Delgadillo. Ya, me parece que no, ¿verdad? No, no está. Sí está, me dice el maestro William Garbosa. ¿Dónde está? Porque no he leído aquí que esté, ¿no está? Y los que pasaron ya pasaron, es en el momento, porque se supone que nosotros corroboramos que estén conectados en el live, así, en el momento. No vale que la colega me pase la voz y luego yo ingrese y recién después de 10, 15 minutos. Por eso es en el momento, por eso es un sorteo y es parte de, ¿ya? Entonces, la maestra no está. Vamos con la siguiente, a tu voz, querido Juan.
Listo, 1, 2, 3.
La maestra Kelly Sujei Díaz Montenegro, querida maestra Kelly, yo espero que esté ahí súper conectada, porque sí es profesora conocida en la comunidad de English Teachers in Perú. Vamos a ver entonces si la maestra Kelly Sujei Díaz Montenegro está por ahí. Esperemos que sí, porque esta es una beca completa. De estar ahí, se estaría llevando una beca completa para el curso que nos está dando Abilities and Education, que es Teaching and Learning Listening. Damos entonces unos segunditos más para que la maestra Kelly Sujei Díaz Montenegro pueda escribir presente en el chat. Y acaba de escribir. Aplausos para la maestra Kelly. Felicitaciones, Miss Kelly Díaz. Se está llevando la segunda beca completa. Es exactamente de esta manera como tiene que suceder en el momento. Ha estado
Eso.
súper atenta la maestra Kelly. A tu voz, querido Juan, vamos por la tercera beca.
Ok, 1, 2, 3. Ya.
Listo, y ahora tenemos la maestra Susi Marlene Rumaldo Castro, la tercera beca. Susi Marlene Rumaldo Castro. Vamos a ver si está por ahí. Susi Marlene Rumaldo Castro. Vamos a ver, querida maestra, tiene que escribir en el chat para que nosotros podamos verificar, ¿sí? Para que nosotros podamos verificar que está presente y está en línea. ¿Está por ahí? Muy bien, maestra. Maestra se ha llevado la tercera beca. Esta beca es para el curso, recuerde, Teaching and Learning Reading. Y ahora sí nos toca sortear la cuarta beca para el curso Teaching and Learning Writing. Querido Juan, a tu voz.
1, 2, 3. Ya.
Uy, un varón salió y esperemos que esta vez sí esté por ahí. Ojo, la temática tiene que ser exacta. O sea, si nosotros decimos que lo que tiene que escribir es presente, eso es lo que tiene que escribir. Si escribe cualquier otra cosa, quiere decir que no está atento o atenta. Nosotros hemos dado las indicaciones bien claras desde el principio del sorteo y tratamos de hacer siempre las cosas lo más justas posibles para todos, ¿ya? Sobre todo para esos maestros que están tan al pendiente en el chat y se quedan con nosotros hasta el final. Lo justo es que hagamos bien el sorteo. Maestro Franklin Junior Bergani Noche. ¡Oh! Maestro Franklin escribió presente y se llevaron la cuarta beca. Bravo, bravo, queridos maestros. Muchísimas gracias, querido Juan. Ahora sí, para los 4 maestros, Juan, te vamos a compartir los datos de los 4 docentes para que puedas
Ok,
coordinar con ellos la entrega de la
ok.
beca completa. Congratulations, teachers. Estamos muy felices por ustedes porque va a ser un super curso que estoy segura, súper segura que va a ser muy productivo para ustedes, como todos los cursos que dirige Mr. Valenzuela a través de su institución Abilities and Education. Querido Juan, te pido que todavía te quedes con nosotros unos segunditos más. Perfecto. Entonces, mientras tanto, el Exit Ticket ya no se vuelve a abrir, teachers, porque hemos dado el tiempo oportuno. Ya. A ver, vamos a ver si ahí están. Ya, hay algunos teachers que están ahí presentes. Vamos a ver entonces para la próxima semana, ¿qué es lo que tenemos? Next weekend. Recuerden que la próxima semana tenemos el cierre de nuestro ciclo de webinars y adivinen a quién tenemos. Vamos a tener a nuestra queridísima Sandra Mazuelos con un webinar espectacular, From Theory to Planning. Así que vamos a aterrizar en lo que es la planificación, desde la teoría hasta la práctica. Algo súper importante, sobre todo para nosotros que ya estamos para iniciar este año y que lo primero que tenemos que hacer es hacer una muy buena planificación. Así que este webinar va a estar buenísimo. Además que la asistencia vale doble y es obligatorio porque es nuestro super cierre de todo este ciclo de Summer Webinars, 6 sesiones espectaculares. Los esperamos el día sábado a las 6 de la tarde para poder disfrutar de todo el expertise que tiene nuestra queridísima Sandra Mazuelos. Y bien, a nombre de todos los administradores de la comunidad English Teachers in Perú, a quienes ven en pantalla, somos un equipo grande que estamos detrás de toda la organización de estos webinars y que gracias a personas como Juan Valenzuela el día de hoy, que tienen esa vocación, ese don de compartir, podemos llevar a sus casas, a sus hogares o en donde se encuentren oficinas, queridos maestros, este tipo de trainings, ese tipo de webinars. Muchísimas gracias también a todos los que han estado conectados el día de hoy. Por ahí están en el chat. Voy a ver alguien. A ver, tengo acá una preguntita. Una consulta, ¿cuál es el requisito para que se les envíe el material? Tienen que haber llenado el exit ticket. Y se ha enviado todo el material. Todo, 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 todo. Lo único que puede haber pasado, mi Joana Segarra, es o que usted ha escrito mal su correo electrónico, una, o dos, que se encuentra en el spam, porque nosotros adjuntamos un archivo que viene a ser el material de la presentación y a veces, sobre todo si tiene Gmail, lo manda a otras bandejas. Entonces yo le pido que lo revise bien. Si sigue teniendo ese problema, escriba a englishteachersinperu@gmail.com. Bien, queridos maestros, muchas gracias el día de hoy. Mi querida Consuelo Cáceda, que ha estado con nosotros, nuestra querida administradora, que está ahí todavía conectada, Consuelito hermosa. Gracias por acompañarnos, Jessica Carguavilca, Jessiquita Bella, que ha estado con nosotros también apoyando, el maestro José Ortega, detrás de todas las pantallas, de toda la locura del sorteo y toda la parte tecnológica. No sé qué haríamos sin él. Muchas gracias por el apoyo constante y, por supuesto, Juan Valenzuela, que nos ha dado una súper sesión. Querido Juan, algunas palabritas para despedirte de la comunidad.
Solo agradecerles nuevamente, infinitamente, agradecer a Dios, agradecer a cada uno de ustedes y mandarles muchos besos, muchos abrazos a todos y muchas bendiciones.
Muchas gracias, Juan. Nos vemos la próxima semana. See you, dear.